Hi golfers, Nick here from Nick Taylor Golf. It's Friday, so welcome to another lesson on golf tips. This week in golf tips, I'm going to give you guys a 3-step process to improve your hip movement in the golf swing. It's a recent video I posted on my channel talking about how the hips move, and I had plenty of comments from you guys out there just asking me what's the best drill for this. Well, in today's video I'm going to talk you through a 3-step process to help you golfers out there improve your golf. First up golfers, let's talk about what we'd expect from the best players in the world at impact. So from setup position, where your feet are aiming pretty straight, hips are aiming roughly parallel to the target line here, at setup, by the time we get to impact, you would expect the hips to have moved about 2 to 3 inches forward, so that's sway forward, and we'd expect it to have rotated about 20 degrees. So we're seeing the hip movement sway forward and rotate as we hit the golf ball. That's what we'd expect with the best players in the world. Talked about this a lot, where the highest handicappers tend to move their weight back, they tend to overturn, that leads to slicing and just weak golf shots. The better players tend to sway more towards the target, and that helps them create power, helps them swing inside out as well. But the best players in the world, they have a combination of rotation and sway as they deliver this club into the golf ball. So for today's video, we're going to talk you through a 3-step process to improve your hip movement in the golf swing. It's unrealistic to just stand there and make a swing change like that. You have to build up to it and work on specific movements and drills to help you make these changes. So for the first drill today, we're going to do some practice swings first of all. So as I set up to the golf ball, I'm going to set up as normal, but as I go back, I'm just going to swing to shaft parallel. I might go a little bit further, but that's what I'm trying to go to. And then as I come down, I'm going to stop just after the club leaves the mat, somewhere between impact and where the shaft is parallel, somewhere between that. But I'm trying to stop this as pretty much as quick as I can. I'm not really focusing too much on power here. It's really about the technique and the movements that I'm looking to create here. So what you'd expect, by the time we get to just after impact here, club's just past the mat, I'm expecting my belt buckle to face the corner of the room, so roughly 45 degrees. I'm expecting my hips to be about 3 inches further forward from where they started. So let's give this a go. So we're going to swing to position 2, stop just after impact, check where the belt buckle is, and I'm going to make sure that I've moved my hips forward. So this will be step 1. So you can see where I stopped, you can see how much I'm turned, and I can feel like my weight is basically all on my left foot at this point. This is key. Like I said, the best players will move their hips forward. That helps them hit the ground in the same spot or further forward of the ball to hit down on it. Helps them swing around their body and create power. So it does a number of things in the golf swing. So that's step 1. Just swinging to shaft parallel, stopping just after, aiming for around 45 degree of hip turn, and a move to about 3 inches further forward from where we started. Now we're going to build this up now. So step 2, we're going to go left arm parallel to arms parallel. This time guys, what we're looking for is the hips to have turned about 90 degrees now, the shoulders to have turned about 90 degrees, and the hips to have moved about 4 inches forward. Basically as much weight as you can forward, but the key is here, golfers, as you get there, you have to get your belt in front of your head position. This is key, because a lot of golfers I see as they go through, they lean too far forward, they lose balance, it's hard to keep your arms straight. So I'm going to swing to arms parallel, belt forward, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, so I've rotated 90 with my hips and shoulders, belt in front of the head, arms straight. Simple, but let's give it a go. So we're going to go to left arm parallel to arms parallel in the follow through. So turn 90 with the shoulders, turn 90 with the hips, arms straight, and you can see my belt there in front of my head position. So that's step 2. We're just starting to build this up now. So you shouldn't move on to stage 2 until you can do stage 1. Pretty obvious. Same for stage 3. So now we're going to move up to stage 3, which is basically now me doing a full swing. I would actually spend more time on stage 1 and stage 2, because I think if you can get that right, it's really going to help you with the full swing. But this is how I would approach you guys working on your movements, because just going out full swing, it's really hard to make these changes. So now I'm going to go full swing, and I'm going to try and recreate those same movements. But by the time we finish now, the belt should have continued to move in front of the head position. Now the hips would have turned past 90 degrees, maybe 100. And then the shoulders would be a little bit more, maybe 130. So this would be a full swing now. Same feeling that I got at step 1 and step 2, but now I'm going to complete the swing. And you can see the shot on the screen there. Not bad. Pushes out to the right, trying to draw back. Pitches are out 160. As you guys know, it's about standard for me. With a 7-iron, you can see the contact there pretty good, 5 degrees down, 3.6 degrees into out, around 90 miles an hour. Pretty standard shot for me. It's a very simple 3-step process there, guys, for you to work on your hip movement in the golf swing. Like I said, don't move on to step 2 until you can do step 1. Certainly don't move on to step 3 until you can do step 1 and 2. And what I'll do, guys, I'll definitely practice this with practice swings as well, because I think that certainly when you're working on your golf, right, it's much easier when there's no ball there. And I do a lot of repetitions with golfers, just basically doing practice swings. It's a good way for you to develop the feel. You don't even need to hit golf balls when you do this. You can practice this at home. But those are the movements that you need to sequence to improve your hip movement in the golf swing. So thanks for watching, golfers. Hopefully this drill's helped. I know it was a question, and hopefully I've answered that and given you guys something to go away and work on. If you've got any questions on that, post them in the box below. If you don't already, please follow me on my other social media platforms, and I'll see you again next week for another video.